Hi guys.
Everyone. Guys or everyone? Hi.
You had this.
Hi guys. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
I go by the name of Chantal.
And I go by the name of Charmaine.
And you'll be hanging out with the Ushe twins.
No, they're not hanging out. They're getting to know us. That's the first thing. You have to know us before you get
start
to
hanging out with us. Exactly. Makes sense.
So, yeah, I mean, please don't judge. This is our first YouTube video.
Actually, yeah.
So,
and we'll be watching you guys in the comment section, so please don't be rude.
Yes. Comment section, please.
Alright, so let's get into it. So for those that actually follow us on Instagram, you guys know that we actually had a Q&A, and today is your lucky day because you're getting the answers to your questions.
Yes, and to answer the question for those that were impatient in my inbox, this is the video for you, and we'll answer your questions in this video.
Right, so the first question would be, do you guys have any Shona names?
Yes, we do.
Introduce yourself, we do. So I go by the name of Shido Chantal Ushe.
And my name is Chipo Charmaine Ushe.
Where are you guys from?
Alright, so we actually from Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Where are you guys based?
Okay, so we're actually based in Poland, in the beautiful city of Poznan.
It's really beautiful, so yeah.
And those of you that actually think Poznan doesn't have drums, please.
Come on, guys, really.
Like, seriously?
Why Poland?
I mean, Poland. I mean, one, it's economically cheaper. So...
Actually, hold on.
What?
I think I'm actually tired of this question, actually, because, like, I think everybody asks this question.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
no matter who you have a conversation with, everyone is asking you, why Poland? So, for 3 years of being in Poland, I'm tired of this question, but I think...
I'm sure you guys are also tired of it, because everywhere you go... Who is it?
But I think also, as my sister was saying, Poland is actually... It's economically cheaper for everybody, I think.
For students,
it's safe
mostly.
for women.
Do you guys like dressing a lot?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. It's interesting. I like it, but I think at some point it's just like, well, when I want to feel like myself, then I would rather wear something different. And we do actually kind of argue sometimes about what to wear. And it's crazy on how sometimes we can wake up and then
we have the same
outfit in mind.
Yeah.
And
then,
just like, I'm not going to change because you want to wear this.
Like, duh, I'm not going to change for you. It's either you change, I'm not changing. So
exactly. So,
nah.
But
like,
we enjoy it.
Yeah, it's actually nice, you know.
Does it sometimes get annoying to be a twin?
Yes, it does.
It does.
It does. You annoying, bruh. Like that.
Do you know how annoying you are?
Okay, yeah. So that answers your question.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
It does.
But
in what term is it annoying?
One, you can just scream at me for no reason. Just because you're mad at something, then you scream at me.
Okay, I do that a lot.
That's annoying. Exactly.
Right, ladies, we understand that you guys annoy each other from time to time, but your next question would then be, how does it feel to know that you have the best friend?
Stop it. Get some help.
The next question would then be, how does it feel to know that you have a best friend for life?
I would say it feels more of a blessing, because
it is a blessing.
I think with our generation, it's kind of difficult to actually have best friends, and in this case, to have one growing up and knowing that I'm gonna have one for the rest of my life, that's literally a blessing. And you know that you have one person that will never break your trust and
backstab you.
Yeah,
one loyal, true friend and a sister,
and not just by name but also by blood. So yeah, let's go.
That is beautiful. We love to hear that. The next question, ladies, would then be, even though you guys are identical twins, what separates you guys? Like, what are your differences?
I felt this one coming actually.
Okay. So, I mean, the difference is that I'm more of like an introvert. But like, yeah, I can be outgoing sometimes. But Chantal, you can notice the difference. She's an extrovert. She's loud, one.
You're also loud.
No, but you're louder.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, also personality-wise, like, I'm more of a quiet person and I like to keep my things a bit private. But, yeah. I don't know. What do you have in mind?
I can agree. I'm outgoing. I'm more of the people say I'm more of the friendly twin, and she's more of the grumpy
Since
one.
when? I'm not grumpy just because I'm
Because you don't-
reserved and I don't let a lot of people in.
But you don't smile a lot.
Yeah,
And that's
when-
the crazy thing because on our photos, she does the smiling. I just do the straight face.
Huh.
And most people call it the resting. We don't swear here, but the resting B face. Which I kind of like it, but also at the same time, I'm more outgoing and I'm more friendlier than she is.
That's a lie.
No.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Alright, noted, ladies. So now we know exactly who to approach and who to stay far away from. Alright,
Come
so
on.
the next question with that said would be, it wasn't really a question to say, but someone just said, not a question, but we think you guys are very beautiful. That's a little bit of a compliment. What do you guys have to say to that person?
Well,
Thank
first of all,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Right, and the next question moving on to that would be, are you guys in relationships, or who's dating and who's single?
Obviously, I'm dating, so you have seen, those that follow me know I'm dating, so I'm taken. I'm not in the streets. So,
So what are you trying to say?
I'm not in the streets. I'm taken. I'm dating. I'm not single.
At the moment, mine is strictly confidential, but I'll let you guys know when I want to let you guys know.
Don't
Alright,
me.
so ladies, what we collected from that was both of them are dating.
What?
I'm not gonna deny that.
You're not gonna.
And the next question with that said would be, has your boyfriends or have your boyfriends ever confused the both of you?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. No lie. Funny enough, there's a situation that happened during like the early days of my boyfriend and I dating. Like we were actually walking and he actually got mistaken and he thought that Chantal was me. So he came up to Chantal and he almost kissed her on the cheek, thinking that it was me. And like the actual thing that actually made him notice that it wasn't me is Chantal's reaction, because then that's how he could differentiate that
Our
it-
personalities
and
are
he's-
different.
Yeah, Chantal gave
I'm a
him
bit
that, like,
dramatic, by
yeah,
the way. She's
very
not. She'll just be
dramatic.
like, no, baby. I'll be like, hold
Hold
up.
up. Yeah, exactly. He's like, what the heck? And it was like, oh, flip. And then that's how he knew. So, yeah.
So just a follow-up question on that, how did you actually react, Chantal, when he tried to kiss you?
In my head, I was thinking, I was like, what the heck is this guy? You know, and it's funny because like in the beginning, like if we are in relationships, in the beginning, the early stages of the relationships, it's quite difficult for the guys to actually tell the difference.
Yeah.
So in most cases, even like when you call my sister, I would easily pick up the phone and start up the conversation, and he wouldn't know the difference until I say one mistakenly spoken word, and he's just like, okay, where's my baby? And then
yeah.
my sister's like, what you doing?
The next question would be, what has been your worst and best experience in Poland so far?
I think the best experiences in Poland is actually just like going to a Polish house and trying out their Polish cuisines. I find that like one of the best experiences because it reminds us of back home where you sit around with family, especially on holidays like Christmas holidays, and you sit around the table, you eat different foods and what's not. So the difference is only the food here, where in Poland they have a different cuisine that is actually, it's unique and very different from what we have in Africa. But I think that's one of the best experiences, like just spending time with Polish families and
traveling.
Yeah.
Around Poland.
And the worst experience.
The worst experience is actually getting into a tram. I mean, for me personally, is getting into a tram or bus and then having people move away
From a seat.
a seat and to just go sit on a place that is far from you.
Or they just stare you. They give you that look.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Right. So thank you so much for that, ladies. The next question would then be, this is sort of like an awkward talking stage question. It is, what are your favorite colors?
Okay, so my favorite color is purple.
And my favorite color is red.
Yeah.
I don't know how I even got to that, because I think growing up our favorite colors were actually blue and pink.
Yeah, blue
Pink and blue.
Pink and blue.
However
Same
you
thing.
say it,
But like,
exactly.
yeah, Chantal would wear pink and I would wear blue for some
Which
reason.
is weird. I don't know how it got to red.
I mean, I think, my favorite color got to purple because my grandma loves that color. So then.
And it represents royalty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Thank you so much, ladies, for answering all these questions. So the next set of questions that we have here, we just want to test how well you two actually know each other.
Bring it on.
Are you ladies ready for that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Shots.
Right. So the first question from the challenge is going to go to Charmaine.
Yeah, well.
So that question is, Charmaine,
Yeah.
you are at a party with Chantal.
Oh.
What makes you see that your sister is drunk and you need to take her home?
Oh my
Whoa. Okay, that's easy. Chantal gets a bit, like aggressive. Like she wants to beat up everyone. Like that energy. Like, I can
because
see
those
you can.
girls be giving me dirty looks in the club. Why are you looking at me?
That's how I know you're drunk.
Okay.
Because usually you would
No.
ignore. You would ignore it sometimes. But
Yeah.
then when you're drunk, then I know you have a big problem with people looking at you for no reason.
Exactly.
So,
Why are you looking at me? Just have a fun time, enjoy.
Yeah, and for me,
Dance.
how do you know I'm drunk?
You don't drink.
Thank you.
Right, thank you so much for that. So now we understand that one is an alcoholic and the other one does not drink. Right, so ladies, the next question will go to Chantal. So Chantal, can you recall one embarrassing moment of Charmaine?
Ooh. Don't say ooh like you know so many. Or maybe you
I'm
do.
thinking. Have you ever embarrassed me in public?
Mine, not yours, mine.
Your embarrassing moment?
Yes.
Let me think.
Nah, we don't have time for thinking. You don't know. Just say it.
Your embarrassing moment?
Flip. Never mind. She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
I think I have more embarrassing moments than my sister has.
The next question for Chantal would be, Chantal, so what was Charmaine's go-to game as a kid? Like favorite game, board game, or sport?
I don't think board game. There's this game you used to play, like I think everybody played this after school. They called it Pada. Something Pada?
Hopscotch.
Yeah, exactly. Hopscotch. It's like it's a game of boxes that you draw on the ground with some chalk or mud or pen, I don't know, paint, and you're hopping there and you're doing this funny little hops, like 1, 2, na na na. I don't know how you do it, but yeah, that was Charmaine's go-to and favorite game, childhood game.
Yeah, Pada.
That's even a weird name.
No.
Pada. Hey there, amazing viewers. Thank you for tuning in today's video. Hope you liked it. And if you did, please don't forget to click that subscribe button.
Yes. To like and please share and comment, please, in the comment section.
And we did receive all your questions.
My hair was stuck on the eyelash. Sorry.
Hey there, amazing viewers. Thank you for tuning in today's amazing video.
Yeah,
Hope
yeah,
you
yeah.
liked it. And if you did, don't forget to
Click that subscribe button.
yeah,
Like, share your thoughts because we love hearing from you.
and stay tuned for more content from the Ushi Twins. And you will
Yeah.
get to know us
Throughout our journey for those questions that we didn't get to answer. So
definitely.
catch you guys. Bye.